Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, you are watching Milton Fonkwa, that is my name, and welcome to our channel. On this YouTube channel, we do talk about studies abroad opportunities, we talk about scholarships, we talk about visas, we talk about cheap teaching schools, alright, we talk about funding opportunities and assistantships in United States and Canadian universities. So if you are new here, you are highly welcome. Please do not go without subscribing. Before you watch this video, subscribe below and like this video, alright, because if you like the video, YouTube is going to recommend me to many more people. I hope you understand. Thank you so much. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about some universities in the United States that does not require you to provide proof of funds before you apply for an admission. For example, if you want to study in a particular university, for example, the University of Michigan, and you would notice that they don't need proof of funds for you to study or apply to the school. If you didn't know, most US universities, or let me say a certain proportion of United States universities in the United States will always want you to document that you have money in an account. Of course, you bring the account details or the bank statement and submit alongside your application. There are a lot of schools, and I will be taking you about some schools that don't need you to submit a bank statement before you apply for admissions. So if you have been looking for something like this, keep watching the video. Please do not forget, I said like the video. Thank you so much for understanding. Also remember that most of these schools I will be talking about, most of them you may get an assistantship, you may get a funding opportunities, all right? So that is what you should know. When you are applying for them, make sure you check the website properly so that you understand. Now, without wasting more time, I also want you to understand that if you really want to study in the United States for free, if you have HND, make sure you take the HND or forward the HND to West to do an evaluation. It may also interest you to know that as soon as you do an evaluation with West with your HND certificate or transcript, your transcript, the GPA on the transcript is going to increase. In case your GPA was very low, like 2.2 or third class, all right, you can then follow West and pay them. They will do an evaluation for your transcript, and your transcript grade or CGPA is going to change. That is what a lot of international students don't know, and this is in turn going to help you to apply and get universities in the United States. Yes, there are some people in the United States that got PhD with HND. All right, I know someone like that. There is another lady I know that got 7 offers with PhD, but she had her GRE score and she equally did her West evaluation. Remember, admissions in the United States is very, very competitive. So if you really want to get in easily with your poor grades, or if your grades are very weak, like my undergraduate grades, they were very weak, but I managed to get something for masters, but not in the United States, okay? So if you really want to go in very easily, I would suggest that you check West, do the payment, let them evaluate your certificate. However, also try to write the GRE or the TOEFL exam. But I would recommend you go for GRE, all right? But if you are not able to afford GRE, take the TOEFL. I hope you understand. These exams are going to help you to go into graduate school into the United States very easily, because the competition is very high and a lot of people are not writing this exam. So in case you write the exam, you stand a chance to go in. Now, without wasting more time, the first university that you can apply to in the United States without showing proof of funds is called Houston University. Yes, the Houston University. The university is found in Houston, Texas. In this university, you will realize that the university have an acceptance rate of 63%. This is another very important thing I want you to keep into consideration when you are applying for schools in the United States. Most schools in the United States with acceptance rate below 70% is usually very difficult to get into. But I want to make you understand that it is not going to be difficult, because you may be the only one applying for that particular program that a lot of people are scared of. So to increase your chances, make sure you drop applications to many universities, all right, so that you can increase your chance. You can apply to Houston University without using a bank statement or proof of funds. And the graduation rate is 63%. This school is found in Houston, and they have a lot of programs you can study. So do not panic. Next university I want to take you to is the University of Utah. Yeah, this university is found in Utah, United States. And if you check the University of Utah, you will see that they have comprehensive courses or degree programs that you can study, a lot of them. All right, and if you look at their application process, you will realize you will notice that they also do have an application fee. All right, and this application fee is around $55 US, and there is also a GPA grade, or let me say a GPA limit. The Utah says that you must apply for a graduate program, you should have at least 3.0 on the scale of 4C GPA. But that doesn't change the fact that if you have below 3.0, you cannot apply for a program at Utah, the University of Utah. Therefore, that brings me to the point where you have to contact or email supervisors, all right, so that they can know that you are at least serious. Now, if you check at the application date, the graduate application access the online application directly through the department's website. So if you check all the programs at the University of Utah, just select the one you want. If, for example, environmental engineering, click on top of environmental engineering, then read the information and the requirements, then it will direct you directly to apply for the University of Utah, the program at the University of Utah. Like I said earlier on, there is an application fee which is non-refundable of $55, all right, and this application fee is for international students, and there is a certain $30 which I do not really know what it is. Now, remember, when you are filling the applications online, you also need to submit documents, and the various documents you need for first is either you have an HND with at least 4 years of studies, or you have a bachelor's degree of 3 years. And the documents that you are going to be submitting include your transcript as well, all right? You are uploading them online. Then the applicant must upload, alongside your transcript, additional documents like recommendation letters. Again, before you even submit the recommendation letters, let me draw your attention to the fact that your recommenders should be your professors or your lecturers or your faculty officials if you are still in school. But if you are already working, get one recommendation from your human resource department and also add that of your university. I hope you also need to write a statement of purpose. Remember, when you are writing the statement of purpose, you should make it in such a way that it can convince the admissions team. Remember, no admissions team is going to accept you into their university if you do not tell them why you actually applied for the program and what the program is going to implement in your life or input into your life to change your life, or what the program is, how the program is going to help you improve your people. Make sure you mention this in your statement of purpose. Now, the CV or the resume, the CV is the curriculum vitae. I would suggest that you should write your CV, let it be academical, all right, or academic. A lot of people will mix an academic CV to maybe a different type of CV. Some people even use their job CV to apply for universities. These are three different things. A job is not a university, and of course, it can never be the same for the CV. Again, you need test scores such as GRE or GMAT, all right? Now, there is no waiver here, like if you have GRE, you waive it, or if you have GMAT. However, I want you to understand that you may never find something like that, but know that as soon as you are on the application website, there are things you need to be checking: language requirements, TOEFL and IELTS, and GMAT qualifications. A lot of schools will waive GMAT for you, but this particular university, I don't think they are waiving the GMAT, and there is a code that you have to send the GMAT to, and of course, there is a mailing address. You also need to send the details. Now, when you upload those documents, you have to complete it by submitting on the online application and track your documents. So that is how you do not need any proof of funds to study. Now, the next university is the University of Michigan. All right, the University of Michigan is also one of the top schools in the United States where you can apply and study for free. Well, the reason I'm saying you can apply and study for free is because you have to get an assistantship, which is not very common. All right, and they have programs like computer and information science for PhD, electrical, electronic and computer engineering PhD, industrial system and engineering PhD. All right, they also have automotive system and mobility, which is like a certificate program, and they also do have a lot of other programs like in the Department of Education, Health Science, Psychology, and all the rest. So that is what you should know. The next university I want to talk about is the University of Arizona. The University of Arizona is a public land-grant research institution in Tucson, Arizona. All right, and if you want to really know more, you can read more about it on the internet. And the acceptance rate at the University of Arizona is 85%, which means that if your grades are very low, you stand a chance to get admissions into this particular university. Also remember that the acceptance rate somehow telling you that a lot of students are coming to this school, or maybe a lot of students are not coming to this school. And the university is part of the Association of American Universities and Universities Research. That is to tell you that if you are studying at the University of Arizona, you have to be doing a lot of research. All right, for the programs, you need to check them to see what is available there so that you do not make any error. The next university I want to talk about that does not need you to submit a bank statement is called Ohio State University. If you are trying to apply for Ohio State University, or if you have gone through the website, you will realize that Ohio State have a lot of funding. But then you have to prove that you are really capable of studying before they can give you the funding. Now, understand again that at Ohio State University, all right, you may come across some courses when you are trying to check, all right. You may find courses like MBA, all right, Masters in Business Administration, which I don't know if that is what you want, but a lot of schools will always give you funding. There are some schools that will not give you funding for MBA. Take note of this. But Ohio State University, if you negotiate well and talk with them, they can give you funding. And in this case, you do not really need your bank statement or proof of funds to apply from the beginning. So that is what you should know. These schools don't need proof of funds before. Now, you also do have the University of Southern California, which is another institution where you can study for free without maybe adding a video or something. All right. And again, remember, they do not even need you to submit a document to prove that you have money. No, they don't need that. Then the next school I want to talk about is Depul University. It is also another public university in the United States where you are going, let me say, where international students usually enroll. And again, if you want to go to DePaul University, all right, so if you want to go to any place, all right, make sure you go to a safe place. And when looking at the application requirement or timeline of DePaul, study without showing a bank statement or apply without showing a bank statement. All these things I'm saying, applying without showing the bank statement, is only at the initial. Now, the next university I want to talk about is the University of Nebraska Lincoln. This school, you can equally also study here without necessarily showing proof of funds before you can apply for admissions. You also do have the University of George Washington, or George Washington University in New York. All right, or is it Washington? Yeah, in Washington, not New York. At this university, you can equally get an admissions, all right, but I do not know how possible it is. So you need to follow the procedures in other videos in order to get the admissions. There is free money in US universities. The problem is that those monies are free like that. Will you get it easily? Which is something I would personally say no, because no government wants lazy people, and if you are just lazy, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Now, that is the list of all the universities I have brought to you today. If you follow them well, you may apply without any problem. Just understand that some will be waiving the application fee, some will not waive. So in case you really want to study, why not give them the 70,000 and you register for the exam and write? It is very simple as ABC. I hope you understand, and I hope you are all feeling well on this particular day. Until we meet again in another one. Peace.